questions to ask throughout a campaign with the confidence rising. I told JC, Nate and Rich that good times are coming, no need for deep diving. Van Cam's reactions, watch along to the pride of London thriving. The Eagles of South stay flying, keep your eyes on us, we ain't hiding.
Yo, evening. We are back with another live stream, and this one, hey, it's been a good week for us. It has been a good week for us. Big up everyone inside. Obviously, smash the like button on the way in. Subscribe if you are new. And let's introduce our guests. Let's start with our hosts. JC, how's it going?
Well, I think we said it the last couple of times we've done the stream, mate. It feels like we haven't done this in a while. But yeah, man, all good. How are you guys doing?
Yeah, can't complain. Stat man Dan, how you doing?
Yeah, all good. It's been a while, but I've enjoyed contributing to JC's videos. It's been good.
Now we have a special guest representing Parisian Londoner. We've got Guathier, who's a Paris Saint-Germain fan. Now, you may be wondering, why is a PSG fan on here? Well, we did reach out to a Lens fan. We're hoping he still comes on. But obviously, with the imminent arrival of Cheick Doucouré, it'll be very interesting to see what happens, how they think he plays and how he might fit our style as well. But I did say, at the end, we will talk PSG as well. Obviously, he's dedicated his time to coming on. So thank you so much for coming on. How are you doing?
Thanks for the invite. My pleasure to be here.
Good. So... Just send us some of your oil money, please. Right.
Yeah.
Let's get into it. Let's talk Malcolm first.
So, Doucouré.
Yeah. Let's start with Doucouré since you're here then. Let's do that.
Yeah.
What would he do for us? How would he make us a better team? What's his qualities?
So this guy is quality for sure. He's only 22, and I think you need a new player in your a new midfielder, because I think Guathier, his contract is over. I don't think he renew it. Milojevic the same. And Conor Gallagher came back to Chelsea. So he is not the guy to replace Gallagher, for sure. Not the same quality, not so offensive. But for your midfield, I think he's a great guy, because he's playing at Lens. And this year, he was playing with Seko Fofana all season. And those two guys together, wow, you can control the pitch with only two guys. So I think he will fit in your team. And he's quite young. He's playing for Mali as well. He already has 8 caps, I guess, something like that. And he's a regular since 2 or 3 seasons when Lens was in Ligue 2. So he's quality. And I look at that team when we play Lens this season. So we only play them in Ligue 1, home and away, and both it was a draw against them, 1-1. So PSG is way better than Lens, and we didn't win, not a single game. So he's quality. I think he would be a good signing for you, and he's not too expensive. I mean, when Premier League is interesting in a player in Ligue 1, the fee is always huge for us. But for you, I think it's all right.
Perfect. You mentioned, obviously, he played in the 2 with Fofana.
Yeah.
Now, obviously, Fofana is another good player, and I believe there are some clubs looking at him.
Yeah.
Can he do that defensive midfield role on his own, or does he need to play alongside another DM?
On his own, I'm not sure, to be fair, because when you play nearby Fofana, you're always better. It's like, when Varane was playing with Sergio Ramos, he was good. And last season, he was playing with Maguire, and he was really good. So, when you have a good player with you, it's always better. But he's young, he's quality, and I think he could play with another player. So you should sign him.
Yeah, we're really hoping that we get this over the line ASAP, because I won't be surprised if another club starts sniffing. I know he is down in England, and he's down to have a medical with us as well. I know terms and the fee had all been agreed, so it's just kind of like waiting for
How much did you bid for him?
22 million euros, I believe it is, with add-ons. Please correct me if I'm wrong, guys.
Yeah, I think it's about that. Yeah, with like five mil add-ons or something.
Yeah, I think
in euros.
22 up front and 4 in add-ons, because they were aiming for the 26 million mark in terms of euros, which works out roughly at around maybe 20 million pounds our side.
Okay. No, it's correct.
Wicked. That's an issue. I'm going to address the comments, and obviously, guys, if you have any more questions for Guathier regarding Doucouré, please chuck them in. Big up David Lee in the cut, as well as Brush, and also Munzi. Go subscribe to Munzi Talks if you haven't done so already. Big up Luke. Not sure about Doucouré. He also says, hopefully he's a done deal, getting a bit worried. So I think he's not that he's not sure about him to play, because if that's a time out on the comment section.
That's a ban. That's a ban.
Confident on Doucouré. That's a reek. No, I know what he's trying to say though.
Yeah, he's just a bit worried. Obviously, that's not go over the line just yet. Big up the UK Pat with the got. All right, let's put it out there. Is the UK Pat? Is that Ree?
I don't think so. I'm looking at her. I'm looking at her right now, and she's just scrolling through loads of TikToks. So I highly doubt she's. I highly doubt she's got the time to turn that off, comment something, and then turn it back on again.
No, it's probably the chairman's burner account. You know that one.
I don't think he knows how to do a burner account, if I'm honest.
Well, he's there anyway.
Speaking of chairman, big up Essex Eagle as well. And also Henry Billen. He says, "Coming Eagles, getting those signings in. We have done our business early, which is good. Doucouré will be good for us, I think. Still want a centre back. Only Tompkins is backup at the moment. I think Ward will be the second.
Yeah, Ward's going to be that rotation centre back, which suits me, because all this Ward hate is just like, oh wow, okay, so we're going on. So now we have another scapegoat, is it? Okay. Nice to know that whilst things change, certain agendas stay the same. Because, mate, Steve, I've been watching that other group chat, and I'm just like, my Lord in heaven, nothing changes. We've signed 2 players already, and this guy is still on it. Oh, mate, it's mad. But
yeah, I've got a question for Guathier myself.
Lovely. I'm going to turn to Nevaeh. 1 second.
So with how you said that he played very well for Fana, and that was, did they play a 2-man midfield last year mostly?
Yeah. They played together because Lens was playing with 3 centre back and 2 wingers. So Fofana and Doucouré had to deal with the midfield and to control all the midfield together.
Okay, so that's sort of a little bit reminiscent of what Vieira was trying out against Aston Villa. But how do you think he would also work in a free midfield?
Yeah, I think so, but only if he's focusing on the defensive part, because he's not really offensive. I mean, he only scored like 1 or 2 goals this season, and that's it. He's not able, I think, to score between 5 or 10 goals a season.
Okay.
Yeah, that's how I kind of thought it when I watched him back. I think he could play in the Conor Gallagher role, but I think he'd be better in the Guathier role. From what I saw anyway.
Yeah, and another positive thing about him, your gaffer is French, so it's easy to adapt when you can speak French when you arrived in a foreign country. Going overseas, it's not easy, so...
Most of our squad speaks French anyway, so it's not really a big deal, because
true.
Zaha speaks French, Mark Gay speaks French.
Yeah, true. Mateta.
Well, Edouard and
Mateta,
Mateta are
obviously,
both French.
Edouard.
Surely Elise as
Yeah.
well. If he's in
Elise
the
would speak French as
France
well,
under
yeah.
20 squad.
So yeah, it wouldn't surprise me if he comes through and he would feel pretty at home straight away because I think he's playing under a manager which he would probably idolise as well, wouldn't you say? In
Yeah,
his
I think
play
so.
style.
Sorry, I hope she's settled down now. To be fair, what did I miss?
Also, we asked how he would play, and Guathier came back and said he works very well in a two-man midfield. However, that two-man midfield does consist of a three-back, and that sounds very similar to what we were trying out and what we were discussing a couple of weeks ago.
Okay.
Yeah, but Guathier also said that he would work in a three in midfield, but it would work much better if he played in the DM role and he didn't have much attacking output because his defensive acumens are so much better than his attacking threat.
That's all we needed to know.
Perfect.
That is perfect. Perfect.
Now, yeah, decent.
Would his with Doucouré, because he's not the tallest guy in the world, does he get bullied in the aerial phase of the game? Would you say?
Maybe because he's only 1.8 meters, so and his heading accuracy not perfect, to be fair. So he will need to improve for sure because Premier League it's really tough. Even if Liga is physical, well, Premier League it's another level for sure.
Yeah, I think in that sense we're gonna definitely miss Guathier because he was a beast in the air.
He was, yeah. He was. You mentioned obviously his defensive attributes are better than his attacking. What's his passing like?
It's quite good, and the positive thing is able to play under pressure because he's only playing with Doucouré, so two players to handle the opposite team. You need to have quality, and he's not only doing pass backward. He's able to move forward, and it's really important.
Okay, that's good to hear. As long as he can pass, I'm happy with that. Because I feel like with Hughes, we could get the ball out really well, but then we may lose that kind of like enforcer sort of aspect to it. But then with Coyote, we had the enforcer aspect without the passing.
Yeah.
So I'm hoping that Doucouré is kind of like a merger of the two.
And then there was Luca. I was like, oh God, help us.
Oh, bless him.
100%. Okay. Whenever you came up against Lons, how would, obviously it was Pochettino last season, how would he try to nullify or get round the Doucouré? And did it work? What worked? What didn't work? How was that aspect of it?
I mean, last season for us, it was terrible. So I don't know if Lens was really, really strong or if we were poor, but we struggled against them all season. I mean, only 2 games, but come on, 2 draws, even at home, leading 1-0, and no. And our midfield wasn't perfect last season, but we struggled against Fofana and Doucouré. So those guys are quality, and I know PSG is thinking about making a bid for Fofana. So
yeah.
I know Campos likes him a lot. So let's see. And I heard, I don't know if it's true because according to Football Mercato, they said Mbappe liked Fofana. So.
There you go.
DOF.
I don't know if it's true. But we all know Mbappe is really close to Campos, so maybe those guys talk, and we will see.
Okay.
And we need someone like Fofana. So wait and see.
Sure. Before we get into UK Pat's question here, because that'll be very interesting to hear. Just with an unbiased head, because obviously you're on our channel where we're excited about Doucouré, but if you were to pick up Doucouré and Fofana, who would you prefer? And
Fofana.
why? Okay.
Fofana. He has more experience. He play in Italy. He's better for me, but more expensive. So
Okay,
for us,
fair enough.
PSG, it's not a big deal. So money,
That's a good
okay.
point, yeah. How much is he valued at the moment?
I don't know, around 40 million, I think.
Wow, not bad. Tell you what, Len's doing a nice bit of business there, aren't they?
Yeah, but you know, when PSG is interested in one player, it's always expensive. So
Yeah.
True. They know you got the money.
I would
yeah,
have thought that.
look at Skriniar. We are interested in signing Skriniar. He has only 1 year remaining, and Inter Milan asks for 70 million for 1 year.
Ooh.
Come on.
What?
Wow.
I swear, it's crazy. They said, okay, guys, we need to sell one player. So it would be Bastoni or Skriniar, and we did a bid of 50 million. And those guys are like, no, it's not enough. Come on. We need 60, 70. No, come on.
Yeah, that's crazy. That's crazy. 2 questions from the UK Pat. First one.
Yeah.
Who could you compare Doucouré to?
If you focus on Ligue 1, maybe Cacré, you know, Lyon player, which is a really, really good player. And in Premier League, I don't know.
Fair enough.
I think that from the little bits that I've probably seen, I'd probably maybe compare him to a little bit of a Fernandinho, if that makes sense. So that more shorter.
It's quite complicated to compare him to Fernandinho, because this guy has a lot of experience, and you know, Doucouré never played in Europe, so we don't know. I think he would be able to make it on the next level, but we need to wait and see.
Yes, fair enough. The other question was, how did Messi do against him?
Messi did a poor season on Ligue 1, so he was average, to be fair. He's not sprinting. He's like walking on a pitch and, you know, give me the ball. No. Nah. No, really. I think you guys are not watching Ligue 1, but in Ligue 1, Messi was average. He was better in Champions League, and it was okay, but not so good.
Yeah, I mean, I watched a bit of League on myself, and he did struggle. Do you think it might have been the physicality for Messi?
Messi has quality, but you know, I don't think he wanted to be in Paris. He had no choice, actually. It was like, okay, I can be in Barcelona. Only Paris can pay his wage, so the city is nice. Let's try Paris. But I think he only has 12 months on his contract, so I think he will leave at the end of the season, maybe going to Miami. We will see.
Fair enough.
He's a legend, but in Paris, I think it was more about marketing than on the pitch, you know.
True.
Cool. What else on Doucouré? What's his disciplinary record like? Is he the type that will play that pick up lots of like yellow cards, sending offs?
He is okay. I think he only had 1 red card last season, and he played almost every game on the league. So no, he is good on this part. He's not Marco Verratti, for example.
And obviously, it's good to hear that he played pretty much every game as well. Because
Yeah, I think he played 32 games last season in Ligue 1, so almost 100% of the game.
that's good. That's good to
Yeah.
hear. We get too many injuries in our club. Way too many injuries.
We had way less last season just gone though, Rich. Have you noticed that?
Yeah, it was a
We
lot
were
better.
way down. We
Young
were way
players,
down on the
innit?
injury list.
Young players, isn't it? That's the key difference. Having a squad that's got loads of 30-year-olds to now having a squad with loads of 20, 25-year-olds.
True, but Dan, it was also a case that we weren't playing Katie Hopkins football as well.
Katie Hopkins.
I guess last one from me on Doucouré, and I don't know if any of the lads have got any more questions. I've looked at comps, won't lie. And he's chipped in with a fair few goals himself. Do you see him getting himself towards the attacking third of the pitch for us when he joins?
He is not an attacking player, so don't count on him for scoring a lot of goals. But I don't think it's what you need because you have a lot of quality player on the front. So
Yeah.
if he's focusing on defensive tasks, he could do a great job for sure. But don't expect him to score, I don't know, more than 5 goals a season.
We'll take that.
No, I'll tell you, I was going to say, yeah.
We'll take that.
I think we've lost. He only scored like once or twice a season. So
Yeah. Cool.
Yeah.
That's fine. Obviously, we know he's really there for his defensive duties. And
but if you look at Guathier, I don't think Guathier scored a lot.
No, he didn't. Not at all.
Not at all. Okay, lads, any other questions regarding Doucouré? No, I guess we found out.
Not Doucouré. Not Doucouré.
Awesome. I guess we found out all we needed to. So, Gauthier, obviously, like I said, to respect you. And if you want to hang out with us until the end when we discuss our other players, you're more than welcome. If you've got other things to do, that's fine too. But I'm going to respect you and we're going to chat PSG for a little bit and stuff. So thank you so much for coming on, obviously, a PSG fan.
My pleasure.
Obviously, you've mentioned Messi had a torrid season and such. And I think I agree with you in this aspect that I don't think he really wanted to be there. You know, Barcelona had no choice but to sell.
Yeah.
Neymar. What's going on with him? Is he staying or is he making that move to Juventus?
Juventus? No, come on. He just extended his contract until 2027, but it was an automatic deal, so no choice for us. And I don't know if the new gaffer wants him in the team, but the thing is, who can pay Neymar salary? Maybe Chelsea, maybe Newcastle, but come on. You're living in Paris. Do you want to live in Newcastle? Don't think so.
I don't know, mate. I heard the Gallagher is very romantic up there. If you meet the right lass, you know them ones.
Yeah, at sunset in the pissing rain, I heard it looks well nice.
Yeah, I've heard that as well, Dan.
No,
No,
I
you're
don't
right.
know
Though.
the city, but I don't want to live to Newcastle. So we don't know which club could afford Neymar, but it's like we don't need him anymore because we have Mbappe. He's our wonder kid, and come on, when you have Mbappe, you don't need Neymar. And Neymar is really different because when he arrived, it was wow, it was magical. And then, you know, his lifestyle, we don't know if he still wants to be a football player. He was like, okay, guys, you know, Major League Soccer, it's nice because you have a lot of holidays. I can be in Brazil in February for, you know, Rio Carnival. So come on. This guy is playing video game all night long, playing poker. And on the pitch, he's not good. He lost his pace. No.
Would he be considered like a legend at PSG or like an icon or not, or just a good player?
A good player for sure, but not an icon. And you know, with fans, it's complicated because a couple of months ago, Netflix did a documentary on him, and the journalist asked him, okay, what's your best memory as a football player? And he said, the remontada when I was playing with Barcelona. So come on. It was a nightmare for us. And the guy is like, okay, it's my best memory. No, put some respect on that, please.
Yeah. That's a bit funny.
Funny for you.
Modern footballers for you.
Funny as in bad. I mean, funny as in bad.
No, that's what I mean. It's modern footballers for you, Dan. Look at Jack Grealish. You know what I mean? He moves to Man City, and people are vilifying over his price tag. Had he gone to Man United, nothing would have been said.
Yeah.
So modern footballers can't win, but Neymar don't help himself with his antics. But between him and Oscar, I think Brazilians move mad. It's like, you know what? They need to just calm it down. But Neymar's one of them players that when you watch him as PSG fans would, you're thinking to yourself, there's a player in there, but why doesn't he turn up in not every game, because it's impossible to turn, but he was there to help them become this elite European club, and they're still waiting for that. Granted, so are Man City, but look, Neymar's one of them players that if you're playing against him, you're like, oh hell, help me here. But I mean, it must be terrible having 150 odd million pounds worth of talent on your bench. Meanwhile, we're stuck with Jordan Much.
Yeah.
I don't feel any sympathy for PSG fans. Come on now. No, but seriously, Neymar's one of them players that you're like, what I would give to have a player like that play for us.
That's it. UK Pat with another question about Doucouré. Comparison to Tchouaméni.
I think Tchouaméni is better, but is also way more expensive. So it's kind of it's like the same kind of player, but Tchouaméni, at least he played in Europe, even if it's only Europa League. And when Real Madrid want to sign you, that means you're really, really good. So
That's a fair point, yeah.
Tchouaméni is better, but Doucouré is decent. And no offense, but Crystal Palace and Real Madrid, not exactly the same level,
Yeah, true. Palace are better.
Yeah, come on.
Hang on a minute, we're beating Man United players out here. This ain't no little league thing. Whoa. Nah, you're right though. In fairness, you can see Tchouaméni's going to go right to the top. So you can't hate, you can't. But look, let's be fair. Nobody knew who Doucouré was until a couple of months ago. The fact that he's not announced already, people are losing their mind. And then obviously somebody decided to troll the fan base last night. Oh, the move broken down. He's going to Leeds. What hammerheads believe whatever's written on Twitter?
People just get bored, don't they? It's like winding people up.
No, Dan, it's not even bored. These are people that live in some dead council estate, living off their mum's benefits and ain't got no job. That's what these men are, bro.
Wow.
You know, they don't even have £5 on their Oyster card. That's how dead they are, bro.
Oh, Nick,
Slam.
Don't get
rattled.
Slam. Obviously,
no, I'm not rattled, Rich. I'm just laughing at this because it's like, yo.
It is mad, isn't it? Earth obviously wants to know what Joel you use. Big up to Solo from the Man United agenda.
Earth Extremities, it's not gel, it's mousse. So, but yeah.
Man United have just signed Malacia. I love. You know what, UK Pat, you're coming up with the big questions. Maybe just JC. Find out from UK Pat, like if he wants to ask like a list of questions beforehand and stuff. We'll just run by that. Quality questions. How could Vieira impact Doucouré?
They both have the same position on the pitch, so he could give him some tips for sure. And Vieira is a legend for France, for Premier League, for Arsenal. So I think he can have a good influence on Doucouré for sure.
Good stuff. You got Bobby. Says very excited about you signing Doucouré. Johnston, sorry, is a good signing for you guys. Let's see who else you can bring in. But overall, you may have had a very good transfer window. I'm not complaining about the window at all at this moment in time. It is very good. Obviously, Solo's there laughing with Nate. And the UK pack comes back with the facts. We played Real Madrid in 1962, and they only beat us by 1 goal.
We must have been in Division 4 back then.
Oh man. Well, Guathier, I mean, if you're willing to stay with us as we discuss Johnston and Malcolm, that you're more than welcome. But thank you so much, obviously, for your insight into Doucouré.
My pleasure.
Definitely helpful. Obviously, I wish you all the best. You know, you want that Champions League bad and stuff, and so hopefully you can get it. Obviously, we'll be rooting for the English teams.
Yeah.
But yeah, wish you all the best. Apart from Vitinha, you're there.
Rich. Man City and PSG are like Smeagol for the 1 ring, bruv.
Literally. Just lastly, Guathier, who would you like to sign for your club?
If I could choose only one player, no money, no. Even if it's impossible, I don't know, but maybe Haaland. If he hadn't signed to City, I just imagine, for example, Mbappe on the left wing, Haaland as a striker, and maybe Messi on the right. I know it's not like ultimate team, but come on,
Lord in
Haaland,
heaven,
Mbappe.
That's a FIFA team. That is a FIFA team.
That is FIFA.
Yeah, I know.
That's just cheating.
Oh, sorry, I have got one more question. I just remembered. We were linked with Kazawa a lot last summer's window. What's happened with him?
He is not a footballer anymore. I mean, he only played 10 minutes last season.
10 minutes.
10 minutes, and it was like what's the name? It's like Charity Shield in France, you know. When you're champion and you play. So it's not even an important game, and he was on the Champions League list because he's French, and you need some French player. So he didn't play. He is not champion this season because he didn't play a single minute in the league. So the guy has a contract, so he is here. He has his paycheck, but he's not playing. He don't want to leave. He doesn't want to leave. It's crazy. So,
I never thought I'd say this, but Teo Adaramola played more football than Leiban Kazawa.
Kurzawa, I hope you guys are not interested anymore with him because
it went mad quiet.
Yeah. So no, Kurzawa. Well, I hope he lasts this season, but I don't know who can make a bid on him. Maybe a free transfer. Maybe.
No. Send him to our friends in Bermondsey. He'd do well there.
Absolutely.
Championship, come on. He doesn't want for sure.
They like culture over there in Bermondsey, so he'll like it. It's a cultural experience to go to play for Millwall.
Absolutely. Guathier, please let everyone know where they can find you, and your message that's cool. Where can they find you and what your socials are,
so
etc.
You can follow us on Instagram, Twitter, and YouTube, and the channel is I'm Parisian Londoner.
All right, I'm going to give you a follow.
Thank you, guys.
No problem. And I believe you have a YouTube channel as well, don't you?
Yeah. We also have a YouTube channel with some videos, some blogs, So feel free to follow.
Yeah, I've seen him on the Don Robbie channel. He's held his own well.
Yeah.
Listening to some of those morons on the yeah. So
Yeah,
big
exactly.
up to Guathier.
Well, guys, keep up the amazing work you do. We're just going to kick back and chat about the other two players that we signed. So Gauthier, once again, thank you so much.
Thanks for the invite, guys.
No,
And
big up
cheers.
yourself, mate. Big up.
Yeah, big up, Gauthier. Good to talk to you.
See you guys. Take care.
See ya. Bye-bye.
Okay, that was a nice insight to obviously find out a bit more about Doucouré, how he's going to obviously impact our team. Interesting that he's better in a two.
I wasn't expecting that.
But we'll see. We'll probably end up still playing himself anyway. As long as you can win the ball back and pass it forward, I don't care.
Look, as long as it's not Roy Hodgson picking the team, he'll be fine. Let's just leave that.
Yeah.
But Rich, can I just say
Katie
something?
Hopkins football.
In it, trust me. It's the 1st of July, and we've signed 2 players already. What's going on?
Yeah, do you remember when we used to be like deadline day manic?
I'm not lying here, but are we trying to play Supermarket Sweep?
It's mad. It's incredible. I mean, our first preseason game is actually tomorrow, isn't it?
No, next Saturday.
Okay, that's the Accrington Stanley one, isn't it?
Yeah, and then we play our friends from Bermondsey the weekend after at the Academy ground.
Oh yeah, it's behind closed doors, that one, isn't it?
Yeah, but it'll be broadcast on Palace TV, so I have to get my international membership renewed.
Calm.
Yeah, and then obviously we got Montpellier at the end of July.
We go Singapore and Australia and but I was looking at it thinking, Malcolm chose Palace over Man United. Have we arrived? Because I had Man United fans pelting me out of it, going, "Why are you choosing you lot over us?" And I said, "Because we have a director of football, a clear plan,
Literally.
a Cat One Academy that's on the up, and we're not trying to put square pegs in round holes anymore."
Exactly.
Which is why United brought in Ten Hag, because Ten Hag's going to have to, hopefully, in their case, do really well. But we'll see. But Sam Johnston, he can't be any worse than Wayne Hennessy, for Christ's sake. So I'm giving him until he makes an absolute Hennessy-esque clanger. I'm back in the signing.
100%. Now, let's talk about Malcolm first, not Michael.
Yeah.
Michael
or Malcolm?
Michael Ebioe.
Yo, we're not. I told you, I'm gonna hold the L on that one.
No, Jason, you are starting to rack up the errors like.
Well, I think
when he edited it, at least he was like, it was at this point he realized,
Yeah. I did laugh at that.
Yeah, I tried to blame hay fever, but I don't think anyone was buying that.
Crazy.
Shane Patrick says we're playing tomorrow. Sorry, my apologies. It's tomorrow.
Oh yeah, I think that was the one they incorrectly said that we were playing AFC Wimbledon, then they changed it to Accrington Stanley.
FC, who are they exactly tomorrow? Hey, big up Pat. Big up Pat. And that's the Eagle here says Dougie moving faster than he did on the pitch. Fair point.
Well, he was always going to move faster than Neil Shipley, so
we don't talk about that, man.
You don't. Dan, we'll come to you, Chris, quickly because I know you got to dash off. What are you expecting to see from Malcolm this season, if anything, or do you reckon he might get loaned out?
I think he probably will get loaned out just because we have kept Jordan Ayew for another year. And obviously we got Elise on that side as well. And if things really get bad, then Zaha can play there. I think Jez will get loaned out as well. So I think we've got enough players in that position that I don't think he will need to play. I think we'll loan him back to the Championship next season or something like that.
There it is. Nick?
I'm actually of a contrasting opinion. I think he'll be a part of the squad because the one thing that killed us last season was a lack of rotational options. It's very plausible that he'll go on loan again. But when you look at it, we're already looking at loaning out Raksaki. Ayew is at the later end of his career. If he picks up one knock, we're then hoping Elise stays fit. So it'd be absolutely suicidal to loan out 2 attacking right-sided wingers, albeit we haven't really seen much of Malcolm to know is he any good, because I don't watch Derby County, so I couldn't sit here and tell that he's amazing, he's this, he's that. I didn't even watch them when Luke Plans joined and went back on loan, so I can't really judge him on how he played at Derby. But from what I've heard from Derby fans, the kid's rapid, and we've needed that because Ayew is not fast. Ayew's been eating too much jollof rice, been weighed down with too much jollof and okra and everything. You know, so it's healthier to have more options on the flanks, because we can't get too cocky in how we've recruited and think, okay, we're fine now. It's like, no, we've still got some players in here that probably shouldn't be still here, but we don't have the money and resources to go and buy a £40 million centre back to replace Tompkins. But Tompkins and Ward can do the job. Same with Ayew. Ayew is good at drawing fouls and breaking up play and that, but you need rapid pace down the right-hand side and the left to roast defenders. So I think the kid will play. I'm hoping he plays because I want to see what he can do. But some people got a bit too emotional over the whole, oh, he's wearing number 23. It's a shirt number, mate. It's not that big a deal. I couldn't believe some of the replies, bro. I was like, yo, it's not that deep. Bloody hell.
Well, you know what you can say about that shirt number? It's going to be the first year in a few years that a Chelsea loanee won't take that number. So,
Innit?
Yeah,
but
true.
I think if anything, I'm in a bit of a contrasting opinion to both of you. I think he'll play, definitely, and I think that we'll use Ayew because we kept Ayew in. I think we'll use him as a backup left winger instead of backup right winger, because I don't think we have any cover on the left. I know that you can play Edouard out there, but I would rather him up front. And I think it's crazy to say, but I think I'd probably rather Stuff in midfield these days, because he turned it on a bit at the end of the season. So I think that Jez will go out on loan.
Mm-hmm.
I think Plange will go back out on loan.
Mm-hmm.
But I think that Malcolm showed. I wouldn't say he showed everything that Zaha showed in the Championship, but he's definitely got the same kind of vibes.
He's got that raw quality, isn't it?
I think with Malcolm, I think it'll be a case of trust the process, just throw him in, see what happens. And I think
give him time. Don't expect him to be a world beater.
Right, lads. I've got to bounce.
Cheers.
Yeah.
I'll see you all. Have a good evening. Take care.
You too, man.
See you, Dan.
But I think, like, with him, you give him a chance. If it don't go well, you give him another chance. I think that's the only way we're going to get anywhere with him. So he'll play, but I'm not sure how much, because it's going to be hard to get in front of Elise. I think
Rich, you're muted.
That's my error. That's the thing I keep forgetting I'm muted. I think he will play quite a bit as well. I think the 5 subs thing is huge.
Shout out Townsend for how he called out Klopp.
Yeah,
though.
I agree. I mean, obviously the 5 subs thing is going to obviously impact the bigger teams more so. It's going to help them out. But I don't see it as a bad thing for us either. You know, there was games where we only had 3 subs and we're looking across and we're thinking, but why is he coming on? Sort of thing. And then even like,
the minute Luca came on, I was like, oh, okay, no, this is done. No, know, so as you say, Rich, it's going to be better to have players, yeah. Oh, sorry, yeah. Rich.
No, you're good. I was just going to say, especially in the aspect where, you know, like last season we conceded a lot of goals between the 90th and the 95th minute. And that's probably through tiredness and just lack of concentration. Maybe that extra sub coming on just freshens it up in those final stages. I mean, obviously, our opponents could bring an attacker run and stuff like that. There's going to be so many permutations, but
yeah.
I don't want to relive the Arsenal away game, please. Just.
But I can't get out my head what Townsend said in the fact of if a team like Liverpool or City are struggling to break down the defence of Forest, let's say Forest go up to City, park the bus, 0-0, and it's like 85 minutes. And then Guardiola goes, oh, okay, Haaland, Foden, Sterling, just bring on like 4 world-class players just straight away. Be like, all right, there you go, have that. What are you gonna do? It's a bit much, I think, and I don't think that it's fair, if that makes sense. Like, I know you can't make it completely fair because teams will have better players because they have more money, but
Yeah.
It to me it feels like you're giving the teams a little bit lower down in the table less of a chance.
No, absolutely. I mean, they've always kind of wanted to make it like a
shot.
a Super League thing anyway.
Mm.
Oh yeah,
they
no,
don't
they
really-
wanted a close shot from time, Rich. That's what
Yeah.
they were aiming for. Do you remember they tried to put that Premier League abroad nonsense, the 39th game they tried to pull about 10 odd years ago? You're thinking, it's great for the fans who live all across the world, sure. But for match-going fans that go to the stadium week in, week out, they don't want a 39th game halfway across the world.
Mm.
You know,
100%.
but they don't care what fans want. Let's be fair, they don't, because the ticket prices and subscription fees alone are extortionate.
Yeah, it's mad. Big up Realist, by the way. Big up Realist. He's right. Yeah, listen. When City makes 5 subs, it's going to be peak.
It's game over, man. It really is.
It's gonna be
Like you can actually see, like with the extra subs, it's interesting because you can see tactics behind it. Like you can see.
Wait,
like,
has that been confirmed yet?
I think it. I have no idea.
Oh, snap.
Well, bear in mind, okay, take Sterling out, but you've got Bernardo Silva,
De
Phil
Bruyne.
Foden, Riyad
Yeah.
Mahrez, Kevin De Bruyne, Erling Haaland. Come on now.
It's still a bit peak. But I think with the 5 subs, I think in some ways it's good because if you get an injury really early in the match, it's not like the game's pretty much over because you've only got 2 subs after that. And God forbid you get 2 injuries, because you've only got 1 sub really. But I think you can see tactics in the way of if you set up your team and you royally mess it up, you can make first half subs and still have subs left over to change the game later on. So tactically, it could be very interesting. But if it is a case of you can't break them down, so you put 5 world-class attackers on, it does look a bit unfair, in my opinion.
No, absolutely. Because PV's made some first subs. He did last season.
Yeah.
He was just like, yo, we got to change this. You know, so...
Well, better that than Roy Hodgson making a 92nd minute sub, and you're thinking, oh hell, oh Lord in heaven, why is he bringing on a defender when we're 1-0 down? What?
just to keep the score at 1.
Oh,
you know what I mean?
Well, I think the worst thing's got to be you trek all the way up to Newcastle and you get brought in, you get subbed on at extra time, and you're thinking, I trekked this whole way to step on the pitch and step off again. I'm spending more time. I'm spending more time giving handshakes than actually playing football. Like, come on now.
Oh my god! But yeah, look, it's going to be fun to see how the 5 subs impact us across the season.
Yeah.
But with Malcolm, look, he spoke really well in his interview. If you watched it, yeah, well, that's true. That's true. But I watched his interview earlier this morning, and I liked how he came across. Obviously, he knows a couple of our youngsters because obviously he would have played against them for Chelsea and Arsenal, and to a little extent Derby. It's exciting times, man. Like I'm thinking we've signed 2 players, and it's the 1st of July. My club doesn't do this. We wait till the deadline day to sign players.
This is it. Actually, let's come back to this comment because I know we're going to move to Johnston in a minute. Pep didn't make a sub against us at Sellers. Yeah. Pep went a bit mad. He did a few times last season. He just didn't make a sub.
Yeah, but fam, Pep was blaming the grass at Sellers. So I'm not really, like that.
Tie.
The man had the ruler out and everything, doing a proper tie, bro. Well, we mustn't forget that the grass was too high at Selhurst Park.
The correlation was not on point.
Oh my Lord in heaven!
Oh man!
Probably VG, but I think Johnston will be challenging because Butland. I think Butland should go really. Like he deserves to play more regularly.
I've got a hot take in this situation.
If you say Remy Matthews, you need to cut him out of the stream, Rich.
No. I'm talking. If you're gonna let a keeper go, you should let VG go.
Yeah, he's only got 1 year left on his contract as well.
Yeah, I won't be mad at that.
So my reasoning behind it would be 1 year left on his deal.
Mhm.
Last season, he's been injured twice, and goalkeepers shouldn't really be getting injured very often. And he is, I wouldn't say he's a high earner, but he earns a lot more than the other goalkeepers.
And he is a little bit error prone as well. Not
he's at that age.
Error prone, but
he's at that age where his performances will start to dip a bit. I love VG, but I think the most business sensible way of getting around this goalkeeper problem is VG out and Butland stays. But Sam Johnstone moves into the number 1 spot.
Yeah, I actually think Johnston would be number 1. I think so personally. Big up Conor Crab, by the way. It says Butland go on loan. When VG goes, we've got Butland and Johnston. So, which ain't that? Yeah, I don't think that's a bad idea, to be fair. But I wouldn't be surprised if VG gets sold as well. I don't see it happening, but it wouldn't surprise me.
Yeah, because you can actually command just even a small fee for him as well.
Yeah.
Because I'm sure he wouldn't mind going back to Valencia or somewhere like that.
This is it. And we've already lost we're going to lose Cheick on the free anyway. I don't know if
as I said in my video, check in, check out.
Okay, check out, 100%.
Bad hotel, mate.
So I don't know if we would want to lose another one on the free. I mean, we lose so many players on the free, actually. That's when I think about it. But the good side of it is that the wages go up. So.
100%. I'm very excited to see. Let's say if it happens, yeah. But I would love to see a midfield free of Eze, Doucouré, and Lewis O'Brien. I think that would be class.
If we could pull off Lewis O'Brien, I think Dougie Freeman is earning an apology from a lot of the fan base. Because the fact that he worked tirelessly to convince Malcolm to sign for us over Man United. Listen, 10 years ago, everybody felt betrayed. He left Bolton and the rest of it. But the work this man has put in on this rebuild, I'm sorry, but there's too much there from his playing career and now as DOF. Look, it had to happen because we got promoted because he left. So you can't really be hating on him. But Dougie Freeman, thank you. Because, mate, the job he's doing is crazy.
Unbelievable. Incredible. And obviously, with the players that we're still linked with as well. Like, even Cole, I won't be surprised if that's a surprise one.
Chelsea fans are pissed.
They're not happy, you know?
No, but did you see that? Happy. Every player will link with, they're trying to link it back to their youth. It's like, mate, it's not that deep. Relax. Come now.
Oh, yeah. Have you seen all them tweets of, I heard Jet Doucouré drove past Cobham's training ground when he was 7.
Yeah.
One of their own.
Oh, man. Anything to chase clout, bro. Like, come on.
Oh, man. All you can do is laugh. But before we wrap up, what would Johnston bring to our game? Like, what would he bring to us? I mean, apart from like world class saves, some of the saves he's made up, they're mad.
Yeah, I was gonna say very good shot stopping. He is commanding in his own box, but he is prone to letting a couple of balls slip out his hands when he jumps.
He's not great with his feet either, which is
That's one part I touched on in one of my transfer weeklies, that his passing is actually worse than Butland's in percentage wise.
Mm-hmm.
So if anything, we're getting a huge downgrade when it comes to passing ability.
Is that percentage based on the fact that he may be trying more longer passes than shorter passes?
Yes.
In a lesser team.
Yeah, that's the point I was just going to make. So he is playing only long balls. He's not really passing short because West Brom didn't play they didn't hit long because they have Andy Carroll up front last season, so he was just trying to hit Carroll all the time. But as I said, if you've got players like Mark, Anderson, Mitchell, and Kleine who are very confident on the ball, you can afford to put them under a bit of pressure because they will pass their way out of it. So it wouldn't surprise me if his passing actually isn't too bad.
Yeah, I mean, if he has got a 92% short pass accuracy, I'm happy with it because not only can he obviously, I know how we have Anderson and Gay who go immediately towards like the edge of the 6-yard box, but sometimes, especially when Hughes is playing, we're looking to fizz that straight down the middle.
Yeah,
you know, and we were doing that with VG and Butland. So if we're going to get a better short pass keeper, then that's going to hold us in good stead.
And also Cheick Doucouré does like at Lens at Lens because they have 3 centre backs. They obviously got on the corners, the 2 centre backs come on the corners, and then one sits on the edge of the D. Doucouré sort of sits in between the halfway line and the D, so he's sort of in that area where you can loft it over the striker and he'll be in some clear space. So we'll see what happens.
It's good to hear.
Do you know what? All we need Johnston to be is just playing crosses and corners, because that's something that VG and Butland are not great at doing, if at all, really. And that was our biggest Achilles heel from set pieces, was the goalkeepers weren't trying to even so much as punch it clear.
They were rooted.
Obviously, goalkeepers are trained now to punch it clear, don't catch it, which I think is stupid personally. Yeah, because you're punching literally back into danger. If you catch it, you know what I mean. But look, to get him on a free, West Brom fans, of course, are going to try and play. Oh, he's not that great. We're not expecting him to be great. We had Wayne Hennessy at our football club for near enough a decade, mate. We're not picky with goalkeepers, mate.
We're not.
Do you know what I mean? So I was thinking,
Steve Mandanda,
Diego Cavalieri, Chris Kettins, the list of dead food Katie Hopkins goalkeepers goes on, mate. But what I'm trying to say is that, look, I don't watch the championships. I never watched a minute of Eze. None of these players I wasn't watching, so I can't sit here and go, I watch Johnston for West Brom. I don't watch West Brom. Like, no, but look, he's our player now. Let's give him the chance, see what he's about. And we might think, well, we got this goalkeeper on a free. My DOF. Because you need to do things like this, you know. Yeah. Obviously, West Brom fans are still sour over Nathan Ferguson, which it was great to see him in that training montage they put out. Hopefully he stays fit. But obviously Steve believes he's made a wee a bit. So I was like, mate, that's so harsh. Not untrue, to be fair, but still fairly harsh.
Yeah. It's nice to see him training.
Oh yeah, for sure. But Rich, I'm just still getting my head around. My football club has made 2 signings on the 1st of July. 1st of August, all right, that's kind of typical Palace. It was like first day of the window officially opened, and boom, 2 done. 1 almost done. And this almost done is the big one that we're all excited for. Because I've been listening to Hopkins Looking to Curl podcast all the time.
Been brilliant,
and he's so excited because, you know, we've got a very good record of buying from France. Actually, I actually had to think about that when I was coming home. Pat Soiree and Kabay. Obviously, you can't go on it, but Soiree never let us down, and I didn't know who he was until he signed.
That's a good
Kabay. You know, the Kabay we signed wasn't the Kabay at Newcastle, but he was still a massive increase on some very dodgy players we had playing around him. So, you know, but it remains to be seen. What do you guys think?
I just want it done.
Exactly.
Just want it done.
I think one thing before we round off, let's say that Doucouré is the last piece of business that we do. Are we happy to go into the new season with a starting 11 looking like this?
See, yeah, I can't complain because Maka could also be Hughes.
Yeah.
So either or.
You could effectively swap them over and put either Schlupp or Hughes as the left-sided midfielder.
Oh, Schlupp as well.
And have Maka as a rotation midfielder, because Maka's getting on a bit now. But look, that's the great thing about having abundant strength and depth. We now have an abundance of options. Whereas beforehand it was Gyro, Luca, Maka, and hopefully we don't get pummeled. It's like, oh crap. We got a player who can pass the ball, a player that can carry the ball, and a player that is effectively making us a man down.
That's a hell of a comment.
Yeah, I seen that as well. I was going, I was just like, you know what? My director of football.
Unbelievable.
And 24 mil of the 82 was on Elise saying Eze. I'm just saying.
This is it.
And
Yes.
none of it was on Malcolm.
Malcolm. Big up Statman Stars Football Channel. Guys, if you like quizzes, this is your guy to go to, man.
Big up Statman Stars every time, man.
Big up to you. What's big up realist? French League's just the talent in the French League Ligue 1 is stupid now. It is ridiculous.
Farmers League, yeah? No, mate, it's a quality league. Don't be disrespecting it.
And Edouard isn't starting over Mateta.
No, he's not. He's not. Look, he was a passenger last season. I'm not on this Edouard hype until he proves himself. I'm sorry. Mateta earned the shirt last season, so and this is coming from someone who was slating Mateta. Do you know what I mean?
I think he will. I think he's realized, like, yo, I got to buck up. I think he will. And we still need a right back. Guys, what a stream. Once again, big up to Guathier from Parisian Londoner. Please go check them out on Instagram, which is I am Parisian Londoner, and their YouTube is just type Parisian Londoner on YouTube and stuff. Pat saying here, preach Nate. Yeah, I agree. Mateta earned he's the number 9. He's earned it. 100%.
But that goal alone in the derby, I was like, okay, Mateta, do you know what? I take it all back. I'm not even remotely going to hold on this agenda. You scored in the derby against them inbreds, so that's me firmly in your camp. Fair play. But no, listen, it's just good that we've actually got a clear plan in the summer window now, instead of we might sign this guy, we might sign that guy, and then gone. West Ham sign our target. Gone. Burnley sign our target. It's like, how are we getting done over by Burnley, bro? Mordor FC are getting our player over us. No. Come on.
It is bad. So, guys, listen. Watch this space. We're in the process of hooking up a Discord server as well for the channel. So we're great to get loads of interaction in there. Fantasy football will start very shortly. We're just waiting for the league to update and stuff, and we'll get the code out for that. What else is there? Predictions League, obviously, we'll run everyone in with that before the season starts.
New shows coming in.
Yeah, we're just going to keep churning out content and stuff. And
we've got a couple more stuff cooking in the back of the kitchen, but it's not ready yet, so we've got to wait for it to cook properly. But
100%. But guys, keep riding with us. Subscribe if you're new. As we say, road to 1K. When we get there, we get there. Look at me stalling.
Check out Transfer Weekly.
Yeah, check out Transfer Weekly. But big up to CM for the track, because you know what? That was a wicked job. So big up yourself.
Track,
and I'm saying,
big up Ree for the graphics.
Yeah.
Touched it up. So that's big up to Ree for that. We haven't actually sorted out a new outro, so we'll just play the intro again.
It's good enough.
It is, isn't it? Hold on, Nate, where can they find you? JC, get ready to practice.
You can find me, Eagle-Eyed Nate. You know what it is. You can always find me talking in the comments, and I've been trying to keep a little because there's a few spam comments in our feed, but find me on Twitter, find me on Instagram, the whole 9 yards of it. You'll normally see me talking ish. And there's a couple more shows to debut on Eagle-Eyed Football this season. And the Predictions League is going to be fun because the pressure is on.
Absolutely. JC, you've had practice. Where can they find you?
So, here you go. This is the app. You know where it's at. Bars.
Not only that, you've got OTC who's joined you, and he did it worse. Not only did he point to the wrong way, when he did point the right way, it was there.
And it was mirrored.
It was there. It was off screen.
It was mirrored. It was jokes.
All right. Well, it's not just me then.
It is a the goat will win that easily. Oh gosh, you better.
Isn't it? Because if the UK Pat puts him under pressure.
Yes, we will. Check back on the channel. Myself and Maria, we've done like an insight into all 16 teams. We got a preview on Monday, and the tournament starts on Wednesday. England versus Austria. So yeah, check that out on the channel. We'll be covering the Women's Euros. Looking forward to it actually. England could ball. Like they could win this tournament. Like they're really good. They're really, really good.
Yeah.
It says JC shake my head. Guys. All right, love you all. We're out.
We're out, peeps.
Peace.
Questions to ask throughout a campaign with the confidence rising. I told JC, Nate and Rich that good times are coming, no need for deep diving. Van Cam's reactions, watch along to the pride of London thriving. The Eagles of South stay flying. Keep your eyes on us, we ain't hiding.